would you go to the swing clubs with me? Could I bring you down there, get a nice friends with benefits going? I think you may be that type.
So let me correct myself. We just met, and the first question you're gonna ask me is if I'd be willing to go to a swingers club with you?
Yes, absolutely.
Poor Maxer has the best game of anyone I've seen. He is what happens when you have literally no shame. And you're about to see a masterclass of how to not give a fuck with women and to turn them on with that just sheer alpha energy. This video is from an e-date, which is where basically guys have dates with girls online on Playing with Fire's channel, and they spit some game, and then they get feedback, they get reviewed, they get criticized. Although Whoremaxer, there's really nothing to criticize because he's the GOAT. And so this is really just a master class as to exactly what you should do when interacting with women. I don't think I will have anything negative to say, but this is going to be incredibly inspiring. So let's check it out.
Oh, good evening. Hello, Sarah. Sarah, let me tell you something, honey. Is this still dating?
Hold on.
Girls love being called honey because it creates this masculine feminine dynamic. It brings back the good old days before feminism, before men and women were the same and equal and all that bullshit. It makes them think about that, and that turns them on because they naturally want to be submissive and feminine.
You know who you remind me of? What is
that?
the guy that says, what is it? Night at the Roxbury. He's like, you guys want some cookies? Like
Night
that's
at the
what you remind me
Roxbury.
of, that little guy.
Yeah.
So she's calling him a little guy. She's trying to tool him because she can tell by his energy he's very, very alpha. So she's trying to troll him, but he doesn't give a fuck. He's smiling. He's like, whatever. And that is called frame control. And he also did a very subtle little flex, right? A little flex without being too obvious about it to let her know, I got the pythons. I got the pythons, honey.
Well, okay, I don't know that movie. Well, Sarah, you look like quite the woman I'd like to date,
He's making his intentions very clear, no shame.
I see that. You got a nice little, I don't mean this to even be disrespectful. I mean, women take this as disrespectful, but see, you kind of got like a nice slutty look to you. And I think that's a good thing.
That's a step up from what he did earlier. So
look, if you think about it, in role play, women often want to be called things like slut. Most men are just far too afraid to say what they really mean and to create a sexual dynamic. But Whoremaxer, he isn't like that.
Well, I mean, it's just honesty. I mean, don't you women claim you, honey, don't you women? Yes.
What is that rack behind you? What is that?
Oh, okay. Those are candles, but those candles aren't lit right now. I usually would use them, as you know, my name is Whoremaxer. I would use them when I would Whoremax, like with escorts.
So the candles help humanize him because this guy, very alpha, clearly doesn't care what other people think about him. But women do like a little edge of romanticism. They want the wild stallion that they can tame. And showing that he has these candles makes him not seem unobtainable. It gives her hope that she can be the one that makes him finally change and settle down.
And I would light up all these candles. Beautiful scents, by the way. You get them at Walmart. $3.99. Beautiful scents. Don't you like candles? Women love that romance. I'm very romantic.
I wouldn't say I'm the romantic type, like candles and flowers.
You like to get down to business then.
I'm an actions person, not a bunch of shit. I don't need a bunch of shit. I want action.
You're definitely my type. See,
I don't think I am.
Well, maybe you are. I mean, but then you're saying that you're being.
I'm muting for a second. All right, Whoremaxer, a legit question. The chat is wondering: are you trolling, or is this like, are you being dead serious?
I have a channel. I have 1,200 Coomers.
Yeah, some people are gonna write this off as trolling, as playing a character, like with Andrew Tate. But no, this is real. You can look at his channel. He has tons of videos, all with the same energy, the same vibe. He's 100% serious, and he's not fucking around.
All right, they're known as Coomers, known as androcentric black pillars that follow me.
So you're not trolling?
I am not trolling.
Oh, shit. All right, well, I'm going to take myself off. Sarah, how do you feel about going on a 5-minute date with Whoremaxer 2?
Excuse me for a second.
45 years old, honey. Look at those babies.
How old are you?
45.
45. Okay.
Yeah. Kiss those pythons.
Oh my God.
You kiss
All
those
right.
pythons.
You cool with it, Sarah? I'm gonna take
Yeah,
myself
it's
off.
good. I
All right,
got
good.
this.
So most guys are completely logical. Oh, what do you do? What are you into? What are you boring? Boring as fuck. Now this video is going to get demonetized and deranked. I'm saying fuck too much. YouTube family friendly. Anyway, this guy doesn't give a shit. Maybe that word's okay. This guy doesn't care what she thinks, and he is completely comfortable with his sexual desires. And that makes him stand out. That makes him come across as an alpha male. This is a guy that doesn't mess around and play games.
Goddamn right, she loves it. I see you smiling over there, Sarah.
I can stop if you'd like.
Huh?
I
Well,
can
do you
stop
take
if you'd
offense
like.
to me? Do you take offense to that?
What's to take offense?
Well, I don't know. I like smiling. That's always nice. Now, Sarah, now would you like? I tried earlier on. I actually had two other guests on, but would you go to the swing clubs with me? Could I bring you down there, get a nice friends with benefits going? I think you may be that type.
So let me correct myself. We just met, and the
Yes.
first question you're going to ask me is if I'd be willing to go to a swingers club with you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, this is what you call mode 1 game. It's something Alan Roger Curry teaches. Just make your intentions clear right from the beginning. I want to have sex with you. I'm not some beta male bitch that pretends to be your friend. I think you're hot. Let's go to a swingers club. That's real alpha game.
Okay, then no.
Okay.
Now, the only reason she's saying no, yeah, but this is in public, right? So she doesn't want to get judged for being a slut. If she said yes, it would make her look bad. Her family and friends could watch this video. So she has to put on a front and act like she isn't completely turned on by Whoremaxer.
Okay, then no.
Okay. Why not?
Because you just met me, and that's the first question you're going to ask me.
But
Like,
there's
you don't
social
even
clubs.
want to. That's not. I wouldn't count that as necessarily a.
But isn't that putting all the nonsense out of the way? I mean, you're a certain age, don't you want to bypass all that?
I mean, imagine this: you approach a girl at a bar, and your first
Yes.
question to her is, "Hey, there's a great swingers club down the road. You want to go with me?"
I've done the experiment based on, there was a YouTube video by the channel Whatever, where this guy asks 100 women to have sex with him. And one kind of agreed. So I thought, look, I used to have no game. I wasn't smooth. So I thought I'd try it. And I went up to 20 girls, I believe it was. I went to about 20 girls, asked, would you like to have sex? And a lot of them were like, gross, ew, no, go away, I don't like you, I'm not interested, etc. But one, and this is a true story, I'm not making this up, one said, I'd have to get to know you better first. A cute girl too. And I understood. I was, fairly autistic, but I still understood that is pretty close to a yes. So, hung out with her, and then I went home with her an hour later, and that line did work. So yeah, you'll get a lot of rejections when you're that direct, but you also don't waste time with girls who are just using you for attention, for drinks, all that bullshit. You just get right down to business.
She's probably gonna spill her drink on you and walk away.
Well, maybe. I think that's a little gynocentric program.
Gynocentric programming. So fucking annoying.
I mean, sometimes I tell them I have an armadillo in my pants or an anaconda.
Do you have a lot of good luck? Does this usually work for you?
Well, I'm doing pretty well, believe it or not, the swing clubs. But see, I don't like the traditional dating. So that's why, I try to get women like you, because see, women put on these facades, and they say they don't like somebody that's direct. But all I'm telling you, see, all the guys that you date, though, they just want to get in your pants, honey. They want that poontang.
They want that poontang.
All right. There's
I would
not
want to
much.
get in my pants too. It's pretty nice in there.
Okay, well, wonderful. I'd like to try that out. Now, how about you ask me a question then?
Now, she's blushing. Her skin is turning red. You can see an intense look in her eyes. And some people would say it's confrontationalism, that she's mad at this guy, that he's offending her. But smarter people that really know the game, would see that she is experiencing tension. She's experiencing sexual tension. And the only thing that is probably holding them back from hooking up right now is the fact that they're on the internet.
Okay. Why do you come off so perverted towards somebody and
Well,
going straight to the
why
point
is
like
that perverted? That's
Okay,
direct.
there's
That
a
is
difference
truthful.
between flirtation and just going straight to like, "Hey, you wanna go fuck?" I mean, that's like, I could understand if you put on like a Tinder profile like DTF or down to fuck, like, and that would obviously be a thing, but you
Uh-huh.
just met me, you have no idea who I am, what I'm about, and the
But
first
by going to the swing club, that's how you get to know each other.
how am I gonna get to know you at a swing club?
By screwing me, and then we talk. And
That
then
is
Look, he has the confidence in the way he speaks down by screwing me, like just completely matter of fact. It is very attractive to be so unreactive.
not a way to get to know
yeah,
somebody
see,
after
the
not
society
even
is
having a
backwards.
5-minute conversation.
You know what the worst thing is? Getting to know someone for months, being their friend, and then you finally hook up and the sex is bad. You don't have good sexual chemistry. And then the whole thing is screwed up. The whole thing is ruined. So, if you do it in reverse, you've got a much better formula for success.
The society is backwards because
So I wanna
see,
know, how often does this work for you?
well, you mean my batting average at a swing club?
No, I mean going into a regular place.
Well, I don't want to enter those arenas because they're gynocentric hellholes.
Okay.
Meaning that they're for women that want dopamine hits, serotonin hits, norepinephrine hits, getting their little gesturing. See, we men are tired of being little dancers for you type women, pigeoning around, and all that.
Right.
I mean,
Why the fuck does he end it there? He should have let this go on for hours. I am a little disappointed that he had to end it there because it was just getting good. He was asserting his frame, his belief system, and changing her mind about her entire way of thinking so that she will end up being his woman. One of his probably many women, kind of like a pimp. He's about to mind control her and seduce her completely.
Well, I see you took my feedback and applied it perfectly.
I did.
No,
Okay.
absolutely not. You still talking about the swingers
Yes.
club?
But I love them, Alex. I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, you've been to them, right?
Yeah, dude, it's just not a good strategy to bring it up within the first 2 minutes of talking to a girl. I love taking like a long shit, but I'm not going to talk about it when I like fucking meet a girl.
Why not?
Well, I don't want to bias Sarah's opinion. Sarah, what do you think? Would you go
Fuck no.
on a second? Fuck no. Okay, well there you go.
Again, she's lying. Lying. Does not want to look like a slut.
You're 0 for 2.
I think like in real life, someone will throw their drink at you and just walk away.
That's what I was saying.
Well, see, the problem with
It's
you women
so
today
different.
and your type of conditioning, which will be changing because the howling madness is going to be coming for all of you.
The howling man is going to be coming for you. What?
But
Actually,
Hormaxer, may I intervene here?
Sure.
Can I tell you that that it's all about approach, okay? It's not a little dance around or it's not this thing. Just like if you would approach an employer and you're like, yo, give me more money. I deserve it. That's a bad approach. You're probably not
More
gonna-
money now, bitch, you fucking faggot.
well,
but-
no, I mean, I'm not using
see,
explicitness. I'm
this
just saying,
is-
won't you like to go to
excuse
some? I
me,
mean,
I'm
don't
not
you find?
done.
Go ahead.
Thank you. But approaching any person, right?
Mm-hmm.
You kind of want to start with something normal, a normal conversation. Hello, how are you? Your name.
Well,
Wrong. 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 Do not ask a fish how to catch fish. Women cannot give dating advice. They can give how to be a simp advice, how to be a beta male orbiter, how to get friend zoned. If that's what you want, then listen to women for dating advice.
I would do that.
Right. But you didn't.
Well, I did. but
Actions, words, my friend. These are all two very different things. So if you're approaching a female and you want to get her interested in you, I'm not saying that you can't ask that question later. It's perfectly fine to ask later.
No, it makes you stand out. It makes you stand out, and it shows that you are in the Sigma grind set.
But if you're going to come out right off the bat and say, hey, there's a swingers club, you want to go?
Well, in his mind right now, it's like Peanuts, where when the adults are talking, they're like, wah, 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 wah. That's what he's hearing. And that's what he should be hearing. Or like the birds chirping in the distance. That's all he hears because he knows that the truth, he knows that she is lying. It is because of her gynocentric, centrist conditioning.
I would not lead with that because that makes me sit here and say, well, gosh, you don't even know my name.
Okay, well, I said, besides, I could get to know your name and that. I said, if that was a follow-up question, well, how many dates would a man have to ask you
No,
out
I
before
think
you
you
go
have
to
to
a?
find the right way to word it in. Again, start with something flirty. Start with something simple.
Boring.
How about if I
then-
told them like this, though, Sarah? How about if I told you that I did a porn and I could show you my porn
Oh my
resume?
God.
That is proof, right? That he knows how to lay the pipe. That's a smart move.
God, I will throw like a drink in your face. and
You
hope-
really need to work on the.
Yes, I really did a porn.
The
Do you know
I
where I
didn't
met
know
her?
you were-
Dude, I just don't
I
talk
met
about
her
it
at the
in
Red
first
Rooster.
minute.
Her name was Crystal
Hey,
Sparks. Good, cup full
Cormax,
husband. Very nice.
I don't care that you did a porn. I care about giving you
You
honest
should.
feedback right now. What I want to tell you is work in your innuendos, work in your flirtation. You can
Uh-huh.
work in a swingers club if it's
Yes.
the right girl. If you
Yes.
start working in those little flirtatious pieces and then you kind of sway into the swingers club conversation,
Shut up.
you can put
Bitch.
a feeler out.
I'm gonna cut all of this out. The part of her talking. Boring. Not necessary.
So the porn you don't think will work either?
Not
Okay.
again.
I just show it to them
Start-
on my phone. It's right
No.
there. It's right in the
Start-
open.
No, they'd probably scream and run away. Nobody wants
Well,
to
no.
see that. That's like sending unwarranted dick pics. Like you don't do it. Unsolicited, excuse me.
All right. Blah, 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 blah. Whoremaxer has the best game ever. If you learn to act like this guy, you will get laid all the time, especially if you pay for it because you got a Whoremax. But you're going to live a true, authentic Sigma life and not be this beta chasing women, trying to get laid, all this bullshit. Like, that's annoying. That's dumb. Just stop wasting your time and get right to the point like Whoremaxer does. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button. You can check out Alex's channel for more of these e-dates. And if you're interested in getting maybe 10% on the game level that Whoremaxer 2, by the way, that Whoremaxer 2 is on, then click the link below to sign up for a free 15-minute coaching call. Like I said, you're not gonna get on his level, but through my training, you will get to a point where you can get laid consistently. You'll be very confident, very charismatic, etc., etc. Not on his level, but you'll be better than most of these gynocentric sheep, men, if you want to call them that, men out there, and learn how to be someone who really puts themselves out there. So, I don't know if he offers a program. Probably look into that if you want like the ultimate elite level of game, but I'm sure it's like $100,000 or more because he's so good. So if you want something a little bit more affordable, then click the link below to sign up for a free call.